Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 607 of FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined as always by two industry leaders, Steve and Kyle Brackey, rocking an Ohio Bobcats pocket t-shirt, very in for the season, and Ben Funky Askren. I think he wore that shirt yesterday. If not yesterday, definitely Tuesday.
I was hoping you guys wouldn't notice. I almost like, you know what? I should probably go change because I am wearing the same shirt as yesterday. They won't notice. No big deal. Then there you go. Call me out right away. Hey, guys, I had a big announcement this morning. I've accepted, after my Jake Paul fight, accepted a best 2 out of 3 falls match against Floyd Money Mayweather. So just thought you guys tie you guys into that also.
I appreciate you breaking that news exclusively on your Twitter. And then FRL, that's huge. So is it going to be a freestyle, folk style situation?
Folk style for best 2 or 3 falls, like old school stuff.
Okay, that's huge. Any nervousness about that?
No, I'm ready to rumble. You know, I got a little weight advantage on him, so it shouldn't be a big deal pinning him twice in under a minute.
Okay, so he's actually talking about you for real though, to get somewhat serious.
Yeah, well, the whole joke of the wrestling post is that I don't under. Well, so let me read the whole thing to you because then maybe you'll understand the joke. I said, pumped to announce after I beat up Jake Paul live on Triller April 17th, I will return to my roots. Floyd Mayweather has agreed to a best 2 of 3 falls at wrestling exhibition because Floyd keeps calling his matches exhibitions. After I pin Floyd in no time flat, I anticipate pinning several more amateurs who have large amounts of popularity because it is fun and you'll pay me for it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who else do you want to pin?
The joke that Floyd is, probably AC Slater and Hulk Hogan.
Okay, the Hulkster's huge. That's gonna be
no problem.
No problem. No problem.
No problem. I will pin Hulk Hogan. No problem.
Really? Assassin probably.
I think an assassin would work on Hulk Hogan. Yeah,
I don't think you're cradling him. I'm sorry.
No, probably assassin or a honey badger.
Now, which one's that?
Honey badger's the oldest move in wrestling, where you go chin and then around the back, crank them over.
Oh, okay. We call it.
I don't know what you guys call it. That one's got like a billion names.
Yeah, I call it chin and arm. He's 6'8" and has weighed up to 303.
I'll pin him, no problem.
He's also pretty old.
Yes.
Okay, well, looks like you got your work cut out for you. I hope the hip holds up.
Yeah.
All right.
Year.
Well, cool. Well, quite a good amount of wrestling to discuss coming into this weekend. Bad news. D3s, all of D3 wrestling, all of D3 sports are canceled. They no longer, they will not have seasons.
Wait, no, hold on, Christian.
Okay.
I thought it was just their championships because I know there was a D3 wrestling match this week. Is it just their championships? Or
yeah, I believe they can. I think they can still have a season if they want to, and their schools and or conferences are allowing them. Because I know that was a big problem is a lot of the conferences have just canceled, and then following suit, the schools have just canceled their seasons, and that's why. Yeah, that's why literally every sport that has a winter championship fell below the threshold of minimum teams required to have a championship.
Yeah, it looks like, and wrestling came in at what, 61%.
Yeah.
Well, and
go ahead, man.
The people on Twitter were losing their minds, Kyle, because basketball is only 60%, but they put wrestling at 70%.
Well, there are 300 more basketball teams than wrestling teams, so I understand that.
You could more easily have
basketball.
You could have a more legitimate. Well, listen, they all are way low. It's not. I mean, there's not going to be a basketball championships, right?
Right.
Okay, so what? It's not like there's some preferential treatment. They're not having theirs. What's the point?
And even like, so I guess if you say you wanted wrestling at 60% threshold like basketball, okay, you're at 61% right now. So that means you can't have like any other schools cancel, which there's a lot of D3 schools. I was talking to a D3 coach last night that haven't even competed once this season yet.
Yeah, I mean, Wisconsin literally just had a bunch of schools had their first matches like 2 nights ago, but I was kind of surprised that that they weren't going to do nationals because most of, at least the way I look at it, most of the Midwest, most of the D3 schools are in the Midwest, and the Midwest is usually the most conservative. Meaning, they're not shut down like New York or California has been. So I was kind of surprised by that. I mean, I know in Wisconsin alone, we have 9 different Division I or Division III institutions that wrestle, and I think they're all competing right now.
It sucks. It's not fun for anybody that not have a championship 2 years in a row, and it's got to be especially hard watching Division I push on with their season. I don't know what D2 is doing, but yeah, I can't imagine. It must really suck, and I feel for all the coaches and athletes that are hurt by it.
D1s are going to be weird. I don't know if there's going to be fans there. Maybe best case scenario, each athlete gets 2 tickets, but it looks very up in the air if there's going to be fans for D1s. I think outside media is probably not going to happen for D1s, which is unfortunate. But I think everyone would going into this year would sign up for have the championships, no fans, no outside media. If we can guarantee we get to have it, I think we would take that deal. We won't like it, but compared to where we were last year, I know we would take it, and I think we feel the same about the Olympic Games as well.
I don't like it at all, but yes, I suppose I will take it.
And remember,
D3s could
go ahead.
Could an outside institution or outside entity hold the D3 championships? I mean, they probably wouldn't be able to call it that or something, but say Frank Popolizio, you guys tweeted yesterday that he's going to host some type of New York State wrestling championships because the New York State's a disaster. Mm-hmm. Could someone do that with the D3s potentially?
Yeah, call it 3D.
Yeah, I'm sure they could. You probably just can't.
3D wrestling. I hope Rocky Mountain Nationals may have that coined already. 3D. They do Cosmic Clash, and I don't think they've done 3D yet, but
I don't see why they couldn't. You probably just can't. Obviously, you can't call it Division III championship. It won't be sanctioned, and you probably can't wear your school singlet. I don't know the rules on that, but yeah,
it'd be cool to do something.
Yeah,
at least have a couple like marquee D3 matches on one of our cards, or at least do something for some of the programs. It'd be cool.
And remember too, there's a threshold in Division I too.
Yeah.
They're just well above it right now.
Thankfully.
And I mean, it seems to be, at least I know in Wisconsin, because I look at the numbers every day, we are going down drastically in the amount of corona cases. Hopefully that's happening everywhere else. I think we're down to a total active 17,000 from a high of like 80. So
that's a lot lower.
Positive here in Wisconsin.
Man, I think you can kind of tell by how much people are going back to work around here by like the traffic, and it's been amazing. The traffic is normally really bad in Austin. It's been amazing. Today I had like half-hour extra commute for gridlock, which is way worse than it would.
Brutal.
It was never that bad normally. There was like a bad wreck that caused that. But
yeah,
it's like, hey, people are getting back to work. People are out more. It's a great thing. So I think it's a great thing. Life returning to normalcy in some way is good. Okay, so that's that. D1 news. I feel like they've got to say, the NCAA needs to announce, hey, here's our plans for D1s, because right now
I actually don't hate it because
you're Mr. Wait, why? What's the point?
Right.
Yeah,
so
why do you want to wait, Kyle?
Just make sure don't announce anything before you need to, like the Big Ten and Pac-12 did, and then they absolutely screwed themselves over. Let's see how things are in a few weeks. I'm sure they have some kind of plan in place. I'm sure they have a plan in place right now. But I mean, obviously we would like to know, and it would help us out a lot. And I'm sure all the schools want to know, but if we can wait a few more weeks and get a more solid plan in place, or maybe get a few fans in there, or maybe a limited number of media, I think that would be worth it.
Yeah. I just hope they let photographers in. We need pictures of this. They need to at least make some.
I mean, they'll hire their own photographers, right, Christian? They're gonna have some photographers there. They might be their own.
Media's gonna need access to those.
Yeah.
I want Tony Rotundo and all those guys to be able to Sam Janicki taking some pictures, so we have them forever.
Yeah.
Anyway, no one cares about that. All right.
Oh, they're Cade Brock.
Oh, jeez. Can we just get this out of the way? Cade Brock out for the year.
I heard about this last week, Christian. I'm sorry.
You knew?
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me.
I was sworn to secrecy.
I guess so. You are a good secret keeper.
Was it Tristan?
Did Tristan hurt him? If Tristan hurt him,
I don't think he hurt him, but I think that was. Did you know Tristan and Cade Brock actually lived together for like a little bit?
No.
Not while in college, but before when Dalton, Tristan's older brother, decided to go to Oklahoma State. Tristan moved to Stillwater. They made the decision to move to Stillwater, but before his family moved there, he moved in with Cade Brock for a tiny amount of time.
Oh, man.
2 weeks or something like that.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Yeah, big bummer. Have they said if it's the knee again? That's been the problem. So. Dang.
I know John said it happened in practice.
I kind of wonder if it's I don't want to say it, but is this just going to be it?
Should be.
3 seasons now?
I can't see him taking advantage of that extra year next year.
No.
Yeah.
Man, what a shame if so. He was and maybe let's skip to this there's a great FRL question from David Weichel at Stilly Vanilli. He says top 5 Cade Brock moments. There's some great ones. I think everyone knows number 1 is Brewer Brock. If you don't know about this, it's first of all, Cade's red shirt hadn't even been pulled. They pull it for this match against returning NCAA champion Cody Brewer. It's Bedlam at Oklahoma. Brewer comes out, hits a pass by, cuts him.
No, Cade.
Yeah, Cade hits the pass by.
You said Brewer.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
that's
I do that. Cade gets the takedown, cuts him, upper body, inside trips him to his back. No way. He pins him.
No way.
Jack Spates is apoplectic at the call because he's still Boomer Sooner for life. But Brock packs him, place goes nuts, and it was electric. That's the number 1 for sure. Number 2 might be the Clark win in Gallagher-Iba. That was a fire match. Ben, I think you were there for that one, right? That was
that was tremendous.
That was such a good duel too. That's up there. You guys can feel free to interject some.
Well, listen, you're much more a Cade Brock fan than I am. I mean, so I was figuring you would just kind of go through all 5 and, take a trip down memory lane because this might be the last time we get to discuss Cade Brock wrestling for quite a while.
Well, I would like to lump his entire Mitch McKee rivalry in there.
Yeah.
Just those two just had amazing matches every time. Freestyle kind of favored McKee, and Brock would have the edge in folk style, but every match was just insane just because the way those styles clashed made for maximum entertainment. I'm trying to think of some other epic freestyle stuff with him. I remember when he entered the U.S. Open in like 2014, senior level, and he texted Brad Pataki as like a high school sophomore, junior.
Yeah, he does.
His win over Pitch at who's number 1?
Mm-hmm.
That was a great match, and they were.
What about when he lost to Seth Gross in the big 12 championships? Wasn't that a pretty crazy one? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was like I was just looking at it. It was like 9-7. I was there that year too. It was a wild one. That was the closest he ever came to beating Seth.
They had a close one at the duel though. I thought
they did, but that was one where like it didn't feel Seth was ever really in that much danger to lose. They had like one crazy kind of opening scramble, but the Big 12 match was kind of back and forth and 16 points on the board. Yeah,
man. So yeah, I think those are probably some of them, and those were the last couple of years, the highlights were fewer and further between with his injuries, and he wasn't quite the same guy at 141 that he was at 133. But all in all, total hammer. Going to miss watching him wrestle if this is indeed it, and it seems like that is at least a possibility. So,
yes.
With that,
sad,
but you know what? He ain't dead. He'll be fine. Let's go to NC State, Virginia Tech. You want to go there? We are going to revisit the 2021 Iowa versus the 2018 Penn State and Ohio State. Where do you want to go, Ben?
That's what I'm most excited about. So
okay,
let's
go there.
Out. Yeah, I freaking love it.
All right, Ben loves it.
I'm so excited for this.
Let's do it. So what we need to do...
Because yesterday it sounded so good, but it caught us off guard, so none of us were really ready for it, but we all were like, oh, this would be awesome.
Yes. So what the challenge comes, and Tyler, feel free to bring up kind of the grid of the three teams. So it's 2021 Iowa versus 2018 Penn State and Ohio State, which are, I think, looking back, probably three, and we'll see. Iowa still has to do it at NCAAs, but even still, on paper, this team is ridiculous. These are probably three of the best teams.
Let me ask you this, though, Christian. The year before Penn State, when they had Nick Sirianni, was that potentially a better team? Because we thought Nick Sirianni was going to be on this team also, because obviously he was a freshman, then he left the team. Was that potentially a better team, or
100%?
It was a better team, yeah.
You think 2017 was better?
Yes. I mean, they won 5 championships.
Well, then why do we have 2017 up here? We're about the best teams.
Because the question was...
okay, fair enough.
Where they fit. And in the narrative of the greatest, like the best team race ever, how would this team have fit in?
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely put in...
Fine.
Listen, Penn State's better. 17 Penn State is one of the best teams ever. I mean, they won 5 in a row. I think... Who was their heavyweight Neville's? I mean, they had a couple All-Americans in there. They had, Soriano didn't even wrestle. They just had a fantastic team that year. So what, are you stepping on this segment already, or are we going to do it?
No. I mean, I was just, so I guess this segment is just 2021 Iowa versus 2018 Penn State.
Well, that was the question that was posed.
And not the best team in recent memory, because that would then include 2017 Penn State. So
yes,
let's do it.
Okay, here we go. So what we have to kind of reconcile here is all right, so we'll go weight by weight here. And starting at 125, you've got national champion Spencer Lee, national champion, 4-time All-American Nathan Tomasello, and Carson Kuhn. So it's like you could rank these, but it's like that's not really... Carson Kuhn should not be just one digit apart from Nathan Tomasello here.
But the problem here, Christian, is unless you have a field, right, an NCAA's field, it's hard to say. So, for example, your Spencer Lees and your Jason Nolfs, they're going to be, put them in whatever field you want for NCAAs, they're going to be really high, right? Like one or twos. Some years Caleb Young is going to do well at NCAAs if there's a weak 157, and some years if it's a really deep 157, he's probably not going to place. Now Carson Kuhn and a few, they're probably never going to place. Never. You could pick the weakest 125 bracket history, and they're not going to place there. So I think that kind of makes it challenging in that format. And if we were to do duels, we would actually have to do like a round robin and everyone versus each other. So I think that Penn State, Ohio State, and Iowa are just going to have to live with the fact that we're going to rank them 1 through 3, and whoever has the lowest point total is the winner.
Really?
I mean, how else are you going to do it?
Oh, you could kind of do a rough sketch of like team points. How many you think they'd earn? I mean, we could do it like that, but just
okay. Do you want to do it like that in a typical NCAA? What would this person earn?
Yeah, ballpark. Let's just we could take out bonus points.
No, that's no fun because bonus points are so important for Penn State and actually probably for.
Well, I want to be able to actually do this segment then. Like it's gonna be really hard if we're getting that.
So you don't want to put them 3, 2, 1
down in the week. That's like okay. 3 through 1 is way too simplistic. And adding bonus points is way too involved.
Damn it, we should have talked about this before we came on.
I'm already hating this already. This is...
Well, let's just do dual meets then.
Okay.
We only have to do 2 dual meets because we watched Penn State versus Ohio State, and we know what happened. Although Penn State did not have Jason Nolf, but they still won. So we already know what's going to happen there. So let's just do dual meets.
So you want to duel 21 Iowa versus 18 Penn State?
And 18 Ohio State. Let's do them both.
Okay, let's do them both. All right, fine. Okay. Let's start with Penn State.
Ohio State versus... We're arguing about like everything this morning. I was going to say Ohio State because they lost.
All right, let's do that. Fine.
Okay.
So Spencer, well, we know this one. Spencer Lee versus Nathan Tomasello.
Yes.
That this would have to be, I think, now he pinned him and he beat him by a decision, and and Spencer lost to him one time. Correct. So I think 21 Spencer. What are you? All right, Bracky, get involved here. What do you think?
The most fair way is just say decision here. I mean,
really?
Yeah. I mean, maybe you could
go major. True freshman pinned him as a true freshman, and was on his way to a major decision prior to the pin.
Yeah, but he also lost that year, right? So I think the safest and the most reasonable thing here to say is a decision, and maybe you go major if you want to get a little crazy. I think the notion that he's going to pin NATO, I think that might be the only time NATO's ever been pinned in his career. So I don't see it.
Okay, that's fair.
Recky?
I would lean major. I think 21 Spencer's
this is a different dude.
Better, yeah.
Okay, we'll call major then.
I think you gotta go 4.
Okay, I'm good with that.
I'm sliding these guys next to each other too for aesthetics.
Okay. Aesthetic.
So 4-0 Iowa.
Correct.
I don't know, Bracky, do you want to update the sheet or whatever?
Yeah.
21 Austin DeSanto versus 18 Luke Pletcher.
I'm picking Austin DeSanto by decision.
Yes, that's a decision. So it's 7-0 Iowa. Now,
you guys know that in 2019, Pledger beat DeSanto.
That match was shenanigans.
Okay.
Big time shenanigans match. I remember it. Okay. They butchered the stall calls. They were totally backwards on it, and I don't support it.
Okay.
And I'm saying,
and I think 2021 Austin is just a little bit better than he was previously. Also.
You know what's interesting is like Pletcher got so much better too. It's like kind of lost. He like became an absolute maniac.
Yeah, I mean, if you're saying 2020 Pletcher at 41 versus 2021 Austin DeSanto at 133, I'm gonna pick Pletcher, but that's not what we're talking about right now.
We're just not talking about that. You're exactly
right. We're not talking about that. It's irrelevant.
Okay, Jaden Ironman versus Joey McKenna. I have strong feelings about this one, but I will let you guys go first.
McKenna always wrestles Ironman tough. And I believe he beat him, 2 or 3 times in freestyle? Maybe it was a year ago or 2 years ago. I remember being really annoyed because he couldn't get over the hump against McKenna. So unfortunately, I think McKenna's going to win this one. Decision.
Love that you say unfortunately. Just admitting you just
Well, I know I'm biased. That's fine. I mean, he's Iowa now, so it makes me a little less biased than when he was a Mizzou guy, but I'll still be biased.
Yeah.
I think McKenna too. He just matches up really well against Hireman.
Yes.
Yes, I feel strongly about this. They wrestled a couple times. It was He had a major over him in 2017. That was the one where McKenna DMP'd, I'm pretty sure. And then, but their more recent meetings, 6-2 for McKenna, 7-2 for McKenna. So, and Joey that year. I mean, Joey, listen, he was right there to beat Yanni. It was a very controversial match that he lost. He was really, really good. I think he matches up great, and I think.
Well, this is 18, right?
Yeah.
So that was the year he lost to Meredith in the semis.
Oh yeah, you're right. Still, he outplaced him that year, I do believe.
Yeah, we're picking McKenna. Don't talk us out of it.
No, yeah. I'm not.
But I do need correction on that. He's right. All right, next up, Max Murin versus Keyshawn Hayes.
I'm going Murin 3-1.
Yeah,
maybe 3-2 potentially.
Yeah, this is a good pee break match. If you got to pee, go pee now. Get your stack, pop a bag of popcorn. If you can't last 2 hours, if there's one to take it. All right, so we're going Max Murin here. It's looking good for the Hawkeyes, 10-3. 157, Caleb Young versus Micah Jordan.
Go Micah. I think.
Mickey.
Definitely Micah.
Yes.
NCAA semifinals? Yes, absolutely.
Well, he made NCAA finals also, right?
Right, but this year he was in the semis and he got teched by Nolf.
It was bad.
It was bad, but Nolf
owned Micah Jordan, and he did that to most people. He did that to pretty much everyone except Hayden.
Yes, and and Nolf that year he beat Hayden soundly. It was like kind of it was a dominant win. Okay, Alex Marinelli versus Tishan Campbell. I bet this match happened.
Yep.
I'm sure it was a decision for Bull.
6-3 Marinelli, 9-3 Marinelli, 4-1 Marinelli.
All righty, there it is.
I don't think that
no changes there.
I don't think he can do that. Correct.
Okay, so 13-6 Iowa, but here come the Buckeyes. We're about to hit their murderer's row of Bo Jordan, Miles Martin, Colin Moore, Kyle Snyder. So buckle up. This is a tough one. Michael Kimmer versus Bo freaking Jordan. I don't even want to start.
On this duel right here, Christian. The match changes on this duel because I know you're smart enough to look ahead and think, and you know that the Ohio State Buckeyes are going to win the last 3 matches here.
Yes.
There's almost no doubt in my mind of that.
What do you think?
I think Michael Kimmer wins.
How does the match go? How do you see it?
It's definitely, it's slow because Bo Jordan's very, very tough to score on. I don't know if Bo Jordan chooses bottom because he did have, liabilities on bottom.
He has this problem where he does, though.
What?
They always choose bottom at the time it makes the least amount of sense.
Oh, man. I think this is one where it's going to go, if you wrestle 10 matches, it goes 6-4. And the 6 for me is for Michael Kemmerer, and I'm going to pick him by we'll say a 5-4 decision over Bo Jordan. That's my pick.
2018 Bo Jordan had 7 losses. Miles Amin, Daniel Lewis, Miles Amin, Mark Hall.
Bo Jordan lost that many times that year?
Zahid Valencia.
His schedule was freaking insane, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, there's no bad losses in there. It's just 2018 Bo Jordan was not the same guy that we saw beat Mark Hall and lose a controversial NCAA finals to him.
Yes.
So what place did he take in 18? Is
he 4th?
4th, I think.
4th. I think it was his worst finish ever. He was 3rd as a freshman.
Yep.
Oh, he took 5th. He went 3-3-2-5.
3-3-2, yep. Mm-hmm.
So part of me, Kimmer beat Mark Hall and then lost to him, and that's kind of like the most comparative thing we have with those two. And they both had kind of back and forth, although Mark definitely had the advantage over Bo. I'm curious if Bo could ride Kimmer because he was really good on top, but Kimmer does not have much liability on the mat. I think I have got to pick Kimmer here. Kimmer by decision over 2018 Bo Jordan, the quote worst version of Bo Jordan we saw. I've got Kimmer by decision. It's close, but he gets it done.
Same.
And then now we're coming up, so that makes it 16-6 Iowa with 3 to go. Nelson Brands versus Miles Martin. 2018.
Okay.
This is the Miles Martin that made the NCAA finals.
He was on fire that year.
He was on fire. It wasn't as hot as his 2019 season where he was like one of the biggest locks to win NCAAs and didn't, but he was still amazing that year. I think this is a major decision for Miles Martin.
Ooh.
Major? You going major? I'm not going major. I'm going decision.
Really?
I mean, Nelson Brands. When has Nelson Brands got killed? And hopefully you can't quote something right away.
He's been a starter for he started like 5 duels.
I'm looking Nelson up. I'm gonna see how many times he's got killed. I don't think he's been killed very frequently.
Okay. I will list some of the people that.
Miles, I mean, he hasn't
lost 8-2, lost 4-2, 3-2, 7-6.
Who was the 8-2 loss to?
That was Montalvo. I don't recall what happened. I watched that duel, but I can't recall what happened in that match right now.
Miles that year bonused 70%.
Here's his bonus. Here's some of the guys he bonused. He majored Lou Dupre. He pinned Cordell Norfleet. 8-5 over Abinator. Tech falled Taylor Venz. Bryce Carr 10-5.
Tech falled Cam Caffey.
Yeah.
No, wrong season. Lied.
Beat Abinator 8-1 over Pete Renda 7-3. Tech falled Ricky Robertson.
Let's go decision. Come on.
I'm not. Decision. I don't agree with that.
You're not going decision? You're going major?
Why? Listen, why does Nelson Brand... It's Miles Martin. Just because he's good,
I'm not saying this is going to be competitive. I didn't say that. I'm not saying Nelson Brands is going to beat Miles. I'm not saying that right now. I'm saying Nelson Brands is relatively hard to take down. He's relatively hard to ride. He doesn't get turned a lot. The notion that Miles Martin's a lock to bonus here, I don't agree with.
I'm not saying it's a lock. I'm saying it's.
Well, you take major, I'll take decision. Make the difference. So it's 16-9 or 16-10.
Okay.
Is that fair?
That's fair because we do not agree.
Yes.
I think we're rushing to the front of the line a little bit with Nelson Brands on what we think he's going to be. He just lost.
He just doesn't get killed very easy.
And he has not been. He's not been in the lineup. He's hardly been a starter.
Well, let me hear. Here's the Christian. Here's the 3 ways that you can get bonus really easy. Number 1, you suck on bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think we can say he does not suck on bottom. He maybe isn't the greatest, but he's not bad. Number 2, you gas out easily.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
definitely not
gasses out very right. Or number 3, you do dumb shit all the time. Sorry, pardon my language. I admit.
You say that 9 times a show.
Yeah, I don't know why you're apologizing now.
It's funny you have a dawning.
Because I emphasized it that time or something. If it made me feel guilty, I'm like, oh man, I should have said that. Okay, you do that. He doesn't do that. So the 3 things that make you. So if he's smart on this one, Miles Martin's going to take him down like 7 times to major him.
But that's kind of what Miles Martin did to everybody. It's not like he was this amazing hammer on top.
1, he was kind of good on top. 2, Nelson is going to be undersized. That's another way you can get majored. He's going to be smaller.
No.
Come on, Miles is...
Okay, just...
I just think... Listen, we haven't seen enough Nelson Brands. He lost 8-2 to Anthony Montalvo last year. Okay?
I don't remember that match. He must have got turned at the end or something.
Well, 8-2, it would stand to reason that likely happened. But Anthony Montalvo doing something that Miles Martin can't. That's interesting. That's an interesting perspective from Ben Askren.
Well, he did not major him, FYI.
Okay, listen, Anthony Montalvo did miss the major by 2 points.
Miles Martin, they're not going to say it, but Nelson Brands is smart enough to know, like, okay, my job is to not get my butt kicked right now. That's my job.
Okay, well, we'll see. He lost 4-2 to Cash Wilkie last year. 7-6 to Travis Stefanik. I mean, I'm
not arguing he's great. I'm not arguing he's going to beat him. I'm just arguing he's not going to get majored. He's disciplined. He's in good shape. Yeah, he's not getting majored. That's my opinion.
Do you know how many in good shape, I'll just say this, do you know how many in good shape disciplined wrestlers that Miles Martin destroyed in his career? He majored and tech falled Max Dean. I know he lost to him, but...
Yeah, he also lost to him.
Whatever. We'll just disagree about this forever. I'll err on the side of
disagree.
Yes. All right. Next up. Someone asked him why Bull doesn't major Campbell because he didn't. He literally didn't major Campbell.
Well, they're saying the 21 version of Bull, but I mean,
how do we know that's better?
Yeah, we don't really know that.
Alex Marinelli's been amazing every single year. He's never lost in the regular season. Well, I guess Chinzo beat him last year.
Once. He lost once.
He lost one time. Same awesome wrestler. Next up, Colin Moore versus Jacob Warner. 10 Take it away.
I'm going. This happened. It's a decision. I think that's pretty obvious. Warner's hard to score on, but I don't think there's any way in hell he's beating Colin Moore.
I agree. What was it last? It was 5-2. Yeah, I think it's another.
I don't even think we need to debate this one.
No, we'll keep it moving on this one and get to the final. So what's the score heading into the last match of this duel?
No, here's the deal. I have them down by 4. So in my scenario, Kyle Snyder needs the major. And in your scenario, a major would win him the match.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to go back to my reflections of the 2018 duel between Ohio State and Penn State. And you know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to put myself in Kyle Snyder's corner and say, Kyle, listen, last time the duel came down, you need a tech. He needed a tech fall, if you guys remember correctly, right?
Correct.
Kyle, you were rolling, baby. And then you try to lat drop. Kyle Snyder doesn't do lat drops. I don't know what you were thinking. You wasted too much time and you gave up points. Don't do that. You can get the major here to tie this up. And he goes out and gets the major.
I 100% believe that's what would happen. I think Kyle Snyder gets the major takedown clinic. He's going to be too athletic for Cassiope. I mean, I say athletic. He's so good at wrestling. One of the greatest ever.
Do you remember when he tried lat dropping Neville's, though?
Of course I remember that.
Oh, what was he thinking?
He's thinking,
just forcing it.
I'm fired up. I mean, dude, he's Superman. Superman probably thinks he's like, I can lateral drop Nick Neville. It's like,
how many times have you ever seen Kyle Snyder hit a lat drop in your entire life?
Superman doesn't practice lat drops. He hits them when he wants to. That's the part of being Superman, Ben. But yeah, I think a few takedowns. He ends up with a riding time through takedown accumulation, even though he wasn't that great on top, and he gets the major over a tough Tony Cassiope. But we're talking Kyle Frederick Snyder.
So I have it tied 16-16, and I believe I both have them winning 5 matches on majors. So it's going to come down to, I'm going to say, so you have it 17-16. I'm going to say that Ohio State will win this duel because both Miles Martin and Colin Moore will come relatively close to major decisions, and the only one scoring a whole bunch of points is on either side. Besides that, is Spencer Lee and Kyle Snyder. So like when they go to those like criterias way down the chain, it's like most near falls and most takedowns and that type of stuff. I'm thinking because of those 2 matches, they get more.
Spencer's sort of the boogeyman here because maybe he just pins.
We gave him a major, didn't we?
Yeah, I know. I mean, I picked Ohio State to win, I guess, by my score. But, Spencer could pin someone that he had already pinned. But looks like Ohio State the winner. Bracky, what do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, he doesn't know. Bracky's not sure what we're talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's just like, if it's tied, I don't know who the hell wins.
No, did you have it tied? Because I thought you were on CP's side.
Yeah, did you sit on the fence with the whole Miles Martin, Nelson Brands debate?
Yeah, I just sat on the fence there.
Come on.
Yeah, you got a tie break.
I understood both sides there. I'm gonna go with Iowa because Spencer Lee.
Okay.
So you're going. Hold on. Nelson Brands holds it to a decision.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna go because Spencer. You're saying like Spencer Lee wins by 14 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I think it's like most match points, and then it's like
total match points or something,
and something like that. Yeah.
Or we could have the dreaded team point situation. Does Tom Brands?
Oh.
You cannot rule that out.
You cannot do a fake team point against somebody.
That would be hilarious. Well, wait, who did you have hitting a fireman's carry and pinning Logan Stieber or something like that?
Oh, that was so traumatic. I think Bo Nickel did or something.
Bo Nickel. Man, those were the dark ages of FRL. Yeah. We're having hypothetical matches with Logan Stieber and Bo Nickel.
Man, people will not shut up about Alex Marinelli getting a major. He wrestled him 3 times before and has never come close to a major.
Majoring.
And then in the 2 matches you've seen this year from Alex Marinelli, what tells you that he has taken this quantum leap forward that he would beat Tayshaun Campbell by major?
Yeah, you're just Iowa fans, and that's great. That's fine. It's part of being fans, short for fanatic. You're not that rational, but it happened, and there's not some quantum leap. Great word.
Thank you.
There, love quantum leap. Okay, so sorry that happened. Let's move on, shall we? Time for 21 Iowa versus 2018 Penn State. Ready to roll?
Ready.
All right, I'm going to do a little quick copy and paste here and throw them in there. I feel like
nothing gets fans pissed like hypothetical matches.
I know, that's the best. But the problem with this one is at least in this one, I don't know. Let's keep it moving.
This is going to be more
keep
fun.
It moving.
120. This is going to be tough for Penn State to overcome this. Spencer Lee versus Carson Kuhn. That is the most guaranteed 6 points in the history of mankind.
Except me versus Floyd Mayweather.
I think it happened. Yeah, Penn in 206.
Yeah, that was a Jesus take the wheel double arm bar. His feet were straight up in the air.
Up in the air, yeah.
Then Austin DeSanto versus Corey Keener. Did this happen?
Someone actually, funny you mentioned that. Someone tweeted me like 15 minutes ago. It said, "Remember the time Corey Keener just didn't show up for his DeSanto match at the Keystone Classic? He's just like, nah, I'm good."
Happened?
At Steve
Petonic. I feel like that's 4 for DeSanto.
I was gonna say 5.
Corey Keener is not. I don't know if he's getting teched. He just straight med forfeited.
He did not wrestle him.
And then why didn't they wrestle later?
Well, he was at he was at Drexel this year. DeSanto was at Drexel this year.
Look at Corey Keener. Look at how much he got bonused.
He was 17-10. Med forfeit. 7-0 decision to Shawn Nichols. 7-0 loss to Gary Wayne Harding. 10-1 to Miocic. 15-8 loss to Mitch McKee.
He's getting tagged.
I think he's getting tagged.
Wow. Let's go 4.
He got majored by Dylan Duncan. 12-0.
Dang it. Okay.
He lost by Dom Forey's fall.
Tech fall.
Lost by fall to Rico Montoya.
All right, we got to go tech. I'm sorry.
Tech fall.
I'm sorry, Penn State. He's getting teched. I'm sorry, Corey Keener. Okay. This is interesting too.
Good one here.
So 21 version of Jaden Ironman versus 2018 version of Nick Lee. I believe this was the year that Ironman beat Lee at NCAAs.
He majored him 12-4.
All right.
Yeah, you gotta pick Jaden Ironman in this one.
Yeah, I'll go decision.
I'll go decision.
So it's 14-0 Iowa.
14.
Don't worry, Penn State. Here comes your squad. Next up, Max Buren versus Zane Rutherford. To me, you have 2 options here. Major? No, sir. This is a tech or a pin.
You're going tech or pin?
Christian.
Wow.
Ben Askren. What is wrong with you?
Iowa hater Christian Piles.
You Zane Rutherford hater. Look, you know what? All right.
Listen, freaking Sorensen took Zane to overtime. You know, it's going to be in Carver. He's going to feel that pressure.
Is this in Carver?
Well, we were just moving this to Carver just so this could be a close match.
Also, listen, Sorensen was an NCAA finalist, and Max Buren is yet to play the NCAAs.
Yeah, and a new weight. How are you making the?
How do I find Zane's?
Also,
how do I find?
Zane definitely has majored and pinned
and pinned him. Yes.
Yeah. So he pinned Brandon Sorensen, and he also majored him. So
hey, how do I find old profiles on WrestleStat?
You Google their name and say WrestleStat afterwards.
Zane Rutherford.
Really? It says. Oh, okay, actually, Google. I'm on WrestleStat, and I typed in Rutherford.
Yeah, just Google it.
He teched Keyshawn Hayes multiple times. I mean, he was one of the best bonus points.
Max Buren's tough. Max Buren doesn't like giving it up.
Okay, I'm sure Levon Mays didn't like giving up either, and he got
Troy Heilman only got decisioned. What about that?
Yeah,
I don't care about that.
Sorensen 2-0, Sorensen 6-2. Deacon. Well, Deacon got killed. Yeah, I'm going major. You can say whatever you want.
You're outnumbered here. I'm going 5 out of respect.
I am too. Put an F in the chat for respect.
Yes. I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. All right, 5. All right, now Caleb Young. I'm sure you've got a decision for Young here, Ben, but I'm gonna side with the wily veteran Jason Nolf by.
Did they ever wrestle?
I don't know that they did. I don't think so.
I do not think they hit.
Jason Nolf, Caleb Young. I don't think so. I'm going major.
I'm going major.
What do you think, Bracky?
Man, you know what?
Major.
Actually, Nolf's feeling. Yeah, no, Nolf's going major.
Yeah. I mean, this has tech fall potential too. Just so everyone knows. Jason Nolf was he destroyed a lot of really good wrestlers. Major Deacon. Let's go to his 18th season. Well, that one got cut short.
He's good.
He pinned his first 7 guys. It's tough. I'll stick with the major because Caleb Young's tough to score on, but it definitely could teeter. All right. What's the score? 14-9 now.
I'm going
in favor of the
Chenzo.
Oh my gosh, Chenzo Bull. So this is tough.
Again.
So you can no longer say that like Marinelli just is going to win in the regular season every time because he lost the one.
What's his record against him now?
It's 3-1.
3-1.
3-1. You are what your record says you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you say it.
I'm taking Alex Marinelli.
What are you gonna say, Ben?
Woo! I picked Chenzo.
Oh boy.
So now I gotta break the old tie. Why are you picking Chenzo?
Man, I guess despite the fact that the record is so poor, I always felt like Chenzo was going to win every time they wrestled. And then I know it didn't happen.
You're right.
So maybe I'm the dummy here, but yeah, I don't know. I just felt like he was going to win every time, and he finally did win the last time.
No.
And obviously every match was highly competitive.
Wait.
What?
Marinelli beat him at Big Ten.
Marinelli won the last match.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
If Chenzo had won the Big Tens, I'd be like, okay, Chenzo's figured out Marinelli. No, matchups matter for whatever reason. Marinelli's knows how to wrestle Vincenzo Joseph. He lost the one time, and the crazy one where they both made their Greco debuts. They just were throwing each other the whole time. It was an awesome match. I've got Marinelli here by a decision.
I can see that. So I will not dissent on this one and say I have one less point for Penn State, but I'm good with you guys picking that.
I can't wait for 184, by the way, but we got to get to 174. Michael Kimmerer versus Mark Hall. They split. Hall won the more recent one. I think body of work. I always kind of like the matchup for Hall. He did lose the one at Carver. Remember, Mark talked about that match. He was really fired up. From the Iowa crowd, he threw him so hard to his back that he threw himself to his back almost with that crazy. Wasn't even a headlock. It was like I think he had like double unders and like stepped through.
It was kind of like
double
headlock and threw it.
He locked it.
Too hard.
Yeah, he threw it too hard.
2018 was Mark's best college season, even though he didn't win. He was 32-0 going into the finals with almost 70% bonus rate.
And that was that the year he beat Zahid?
Yes, he beat Zahid. Or no.
Not at NCAAs, but in the duel.
No,
was that
was the next year. But Zahid was just on a war path this year. He lost 8-2 to Zahid.
I remember,
I said, he was 32-0 going into the finals.
I remember that year talking to a coach, and this coach had like a good 74-pounder, like. Someone you think could place high, and he's like talking about, Mark Hall. Yeah, I think we could do okay here, and all the guys. And he just like started talking about Zahid. He's like, that dude scares me. He's like literally scares me as a person. Like that dude is ridiculous. That's how good Zahid Valencia was that year, and still is. So we got Mark Hall. I don't know how we got there, but Mark Hall over Michael Kimmerer, making it 17-12 in favor of the Hawkeyes. Then we got Bo Nickel versus Nelson Brands. What do you think here, Ben?
He's probably got Nelson by decision.
Bo Nickel by fall.
Okay, now, but all right, I don't see it, but I'll agree with you.
You don't see it. Bo Nickel pinned all Iowa guys.
I also don't hate it either.
It's Bo Nickel
What did we
by
go
fall.
here? We went Mark Hall decision.
Yeah,
right?
Mark Hall decision.
Okay.
What don't you hate?
The Bo Nickel by fall because he just pinned Sammy Brooks every time he wrestled him.
He is pinning Nelson Brands. He's gonna cradle this dude.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were dissenting. I thought you were saying
I did too. I thought
no. I'm just. Yeah. It's just funny. I mean, I know Miles Martin and Bo Nickel are very different wrestlers, but like, we were just.
Nelson's not going to make repeated bad moves against Bo Nickel. He's only going to make one, and that's all it's going to take.
Right. Yes. Okay. So it's now 18-17 Penn State. 2 matches to go.
Goodness.
Oh man, Penn State's winning now, 18-17.
Yep.
All right. Jacob Warner versus 2018 Shakur Rashid. Now, that is notable
because Warner beat the 2020 version of Rashid, but that version of Rashid was
the ghost of Shakur Rashid.
It was. I'm not about the ghost, but yes, that version of Shakur Rashid was not nearly as good because he was injured a significant portion of the time. The 2018 version of Shaq was significantly better. He didn't lose all that often. We think 5th at the NCAAs, I think.
7th, actually.
7th. He lost to Mock.
He was 24-5 with losses at NCAAs to Mock and Colin Moore. Because remember, Moore was in the WrestleMax because of one Kyle Connell.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Man.
He lost to Colin Moore at Big Tens, and then his other loss was actually Ben Darmstadt, your guys' son.
Goat!
And Kyle Connell. He lost to Kyle Connell, the Clarion Open, the first weekend of the year.
I have no idea. Someone make a pick here. Then I'll make one.
I'm picking Shaq.
Shaq Tosis?
I was leaning Shaq too, yeah.
Shaq 2018 was good. Shaq 2019, 2020, not quite as good because he had all the injuries at the end.
Yes. Super injured. Okay.
So do you agree?
I don't really, but I'm outnumbered. So it's 21-17. Tony Cassiope versus Nick Nevels. He beat his brother.
So I have it as 20-17, remember? Because I would not give the Tech Falls in Rutherford. Just FYI.
That is shenanigans. Such shenanigans. So I mean,
don't be such a hater.
I have to. you give me no choice. I can do nothing but
Which
hate.
Nevels is this? Nick. This is Nick, correct?
Nicholas.
Okay, I need to look up Nick because you know what? Wasn't Nick like ranked super high and then Kassar beat him out?
Right.
It's hard to remember how good Nick Nevels was.
He was
5th and 7th in back-to-back years at NCAAs, and he was 7th in 2018, the year we are talking about, with losses to Sam Stoll and Amir Desi.
Oh, an Amir, huh?
Amir. Sorry.
Potato, tomato.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Overtime loss to Sam Stoll. Lost to yeah. I'm picking.
I'm going Big Tone.
I'm going Big Tone.
Which makes it so you would
have it as a tie.
You have it 2020, which is a bad year.
Yeah.
Which means it's cursed and wrong. And I have it 21-20 in favor of Penn State because I have this crazy conspiracy theory that Zane Rutherford might get early termination against someone. I don't know.
Hey, so you you erased our Iowa versus Ohio State. I thought you put it somewhere else in the doc, but you just erased it.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. I mean,
so you guys had Miles getting the major. So you're a real Iowa hater because you had Iowa losing by 1 both times, and I had it tied. So in my tie scenario here, so here's the problem. Spencer Lee's not gonna. Oh no. The Spencer Lee win is 2020, but he's got the only pin. No, Bo Nickel's got a pin. Mm-hmm. Oof. Who wins here? I don't know.
So,
I have to do the math.
I think
have to break down the matches, go through the box scores.
So you've got Austin DeSanto, who we kind of foresee doing takedown clinic, putting up a lot of points. But conversely, Zane and Nolf are going to score huge points. So you're kind of looking. So Spencer and Bo kind of negate, and then you're looking on.
Well, actually, no. In my scenario, Iowa wins because DeSanto has the only tech fall. Because I didn't give Penn State any technical falls.
Right.
Iowa beats Penn State.
But you have Zane and Nolf both scoring bonus, so it doesn't necessarily. Oh, I guess it's most number. Yeah. Most number of tech falls.
6s, 5s, 4s, 3s. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm the Iowa homer today.
Wow. Okay. So you have Iowa beating both teams. Man, they're both insanely close duels. Yeah, that was fun. I'm glad we did that. It
was fun.
We actually have to talk about wrestling that's going to happen, though.
Damn, but we have to talk about real wrestling, not fake wrestling?
Come on, man. Well, we already talked about fake wrestling with you wrestling Floyd Mayweather, and then there's more fake.
Happen. You never know.
It will never happen. Why would he ever do that?
Okay, go. Let's go.
Zane Rutherford pinned 42% of the opponents he wrestled in college.
Stop whining on here, Bracky.
It's not whining. It's.
my mind is blown.
I just can't believe. I just. I believed in you, Ben. And
Bracky's on here whining. Listen, Zane should have worked a little harder. Murin's got good defense. They know each other a little bit from Young Guns. Well, actually, Zane wasn't young.
No, they don't. They don't know each other at all.
People are mad too because we didn't say Ironman would major Nick Lee like he did in 2018.
I just don't think there's a guarantee of that, and that's kind of what I said with the Spencer pin. Like, it's definitely a possibility, but I'm trying to look at hey, if we did this 10 times, what's the most likely thing to happen?
Right, and it's not like he beat him 15-1 or something. It's 12-4, so he got the bare minimum major he could get.
Barely a major. Basically a decision.
Basically.
I agree with Ben not putting Zane Rutherford in Kyle Lewige's class. We're just not ready to do that yet. Kyle Lewige's
We're not ready.
Kyle Lewige's did pin Max Murin.
Zane's
Zane's got a lot more to prove before he enters that conversation. And at some point, maybe he'll do it, but we're just not there yet. It's kind of a wait-and-see approach with Zane, the two-time Hodge Trophy winner, world team member.
Stop. You're so
one
salty
day,
right now.
for me, he's a keep your eye on him. Let's see how he does.
You're so salty.
Young up-and-comer Zane Rutherford, the little engine that could. Moving on. NC State versus Virginia Tech, the duel of the weekend.
Of the century.
Of the week. And it's going to be awesome. Last year, this was low-key the best duel of the season. Iowa versus Penn State was the biggest, but this was the best duel. There were pins. There was high drama. Very exciting duel meet. And looking at this, and Tyler, you can pull up the little box there so people can see the matchup. It's going to be very competitive duel. There's a few key swing matches in this one. This is for basically the ACC duel championship.
Yes.
I don't know if that's official, if they have duels after this, but it's going to be. They're the two best teams in the ACC. So let's pull that in there and start talking about this one. And it's going to get started with a real cracker. Jacob Camacho, number 2, versus number 10, freshman Sam Latona. What's their freestyle history, Steve? Because I don't think they've wrestled in full.
They have. And Sam Latona beat him at Southern Scuffle last year, and then beat him at Senior Nationals in freestyle.
Whoa. Sam Latona, number 2 ranked after this weekend.
Possibly,
He absolutely could.
Man, I can't unsee the beatdown Camacho put on Tag. Yet, I also see that the matchups matter, right? I refuse to go first on this. I want to hear both your perspectives.
Latona beat him twice. I said I thought Jacob Camacho could be in the NCAA finals this year, but I'm going with history.
This was kind of cool. When I was doing the live updates for NC State, North Carolina, I heard a story from the guys that were doing the broadcasting. That he said after a scuffle last year, Pat Pop had Camacho take a week off from wrestling and go see. He also went and saw a sports psychologist. Just because he felt like he was struggling in that area, and ever since then he has been incredible.
He looked great at RTC Cup too.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I feel like this Camacho is a little different, and I have not gone back and watched the freestyle match from Senior Nationals either. But I don't know. I really liked what I saw from Camacho against Tag, and take Camacho like 4-3, 5-4 type of match.
So what's given me pause in picking Latona were maybe something I shouldn't factor in, but he had the 5-3 over Zurich Storm, which was a pretty close match.
He lost the Storm last year.
He lost the Storm last year. He had the 3-2 over Killian Cardinale, which I just expected Latona to kind of blows. But since then, he's got a major, a tech, and a major over Will Guida. So I'm having a hard time. I was like, is he kind of rounding for him? It was kind of first match type of situation. Now he's feeling really good. Man. What do you think, Ben? Are you going Latona here? Am I going to have to go tiebreak city?
I'm going Latona. It's on you.
It's on me. I'm going to go Latona here. I'm going to take him. I'm going to take him to get the win.
It was 5-4 Latona at Senior Nationals.
Oh man, it's gonna be a freaking awesome match. Man. I kind of don't want it to start. They need to start at 33 or something. Coach Roby, Coach Pop, do some finagling. Let's end with that one, or end with 84.
I was going to say 84.
Start with 97. Okay. So right now, can we keep two separate scores, like or three separate scores? So
are we doing this like we did the Iowa Penn State?
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Let's go for it.
Are we gonna run out of time? Because then we're not getting time for questions.
Don't worry about time.
Gotta go quick.
Okay, fair enough.
You gotta be on Fox News or something. Fox and Friends.
I might have a podcast later today. Yes.
Okay, he does have a podcast.
I'm getting quite a few interview requests, Piles.
Are you really?
Yeah, I did like 4 other podcasts yesterday or something. I think I have one today.
What ones are you doing? We can talk about it.
Today it's this boxing guy that I don't really know him, but I said yes. So. Yeah, it's all good. Let's do this. There's some good questions, so I wanted to make sure we had a little bit of time. And the other thing that you cannot forget, because we promised the people that we would do it, you have to give them Tuesday headlines.
Yeah, make like a column, CP, Ben, Kyle. So next up, 33. We won't spend a ton of time on this one. The main question here is Ryan Jack, or will it be Trombley versus number 7 Corbin Myers? Really, if you're Coach Popolizio, Ryan Jack, super good freshman, but is he ready to preserve the bonus point against Corbin Myers? I'm not sure.
Corbin Myers looked amazing.
He looks so good right now. I mean, and he's great in all positions. I think this is a major for Virginia Tech personally.
Wow.
Keep someone else talk.
I figured Ben would go.
Myers, by decision. I think it's I don't want to say easy, but it's relatively easy pick.
Just regular decision?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we get to 41. We're going to have Tariq Wilson versus Sam Hilligus. Tariq had the come from behind victory over Zach Sherman. Hilligus, really tough freshman, but you have to favor Tariq here. I've got Tariq winning by decision. I don't think he bonuses Hilligus, although Hilligus needs to stay off his back. Tariq can go feet to back. He's good upper body.
Yep.
But I think Hilligus is gonna be battle tested enough. He's been in so many tough matches just throughout his high school career, and he's looked solid collegiately. So I've got a decision here, kind of like a 6-3 type of win for Tariq.
This is how we should have done the way you're doing this right now is how we should have done the duels.
Well, we're evolving.
So you guys will let me have a voice of my own.
Okay, keep going.
Tariq, like you said, Hilligus got to stay out of the big 6-point move, 4-point move stuff. We saw Tariq come up clutch against Zach Sherman with that double. He put him through the mat.
Okay, Ben is just are you still there, Ben?
I thought I already picked Tariq Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Listen, I already picked Tariq Wilson. I'm waiting for you to go to 149.
149.
Yeah.
Ed
These
Scott.
are my favorite guys. I'm
really?
Bryce Sandonia. I love these guys.
You love them. So who do you think is going to win between two?
Bryce Sandonian.
Yeah.
Someone could get pinned here.
I think this could be a little penny.
I would say Andonian goes up big early, and then Ed Scott makes a comeback, but it's not enough. That's my kind of how I think it'll go down.
We've seen that, but we saw that with Heil. But is Ed Scott on Heil's level? Because I'm not certain that that's the case.
I don't think he is after watching him the past few weeks.
I love his future. I just don't think I don't think the future is now, to be really dorky. He got majored by O'Connor. No shame in that. He destroys everyone. 3-2 to Kemmer. 5-3 to Milner, who's solid. I'm going decision here. Now, he majored Denton Spencer, which that's pretty impressive. I'm going for a decision for Andonian. All right, 157. Connor Brady versus this Hayden Hidlay guy. He's pretty good. I think this is a major for Hayden.
Okay. I'll go major then also.
All right.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I'm catching up on these.
Yeah, you're good.
These team points.
165, Tommy Bullard versus number 1, Mekhi Lewis. I think this is one where for Virginia Tech, yeah, you like Mekhi. I don't think he majors Bullard. I think Bullard is tough to major, and Mekhi is sort of indifferent on bonus points at times to me.
Yep, agreed.
So I think it's just a regular decision for the Hokies. Let's give a quick.
You gotta let me catch up.
Kyle is feverishly adding. It's not easy.
It's not. I'm stupid.
Well, I do this all the time. It was a tradition unlike any other. I would do like a full duel breakdown, and I would add up the scores wrong.
All right. So you have.
We all have Mekhi decision here.
13-7 VT.
So I've got it 13-7 Virginia Tech, headed into 174. Ben's got it 12-7 Tech, and Kyle's probably got it similar.
I already know CP's Tuesday headline.
No, it's not. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, it is. I know. Andy Smith upsets number 5 Isaac Trumbull. That is your Tuesday headline. Don't freaking lie.
Don't freaking lie. I'm not lying. Okay. 74.
Well, is it or not? Is it or not?
Can we go in order? Can we go in order?
No, come on. Tuesday headline, Piles.
Tuesday headline. I make Ben Askren wait in order. So 174. Danny Bullard versus Dakota Howard, who doesn't know how to get tired. It hasn't happened yet. But Danny Bullard is not a good matchup for Dakota Howard, in my opinion.
No.
Because you always talk about, Ben, if you have gas tank issues, being really good on top is great. Bullard doesn't have gas tank issues, but Dakota Howard wins matches by getting guys really, really tired and then taking them down 3 times in the third period. That's not going to happen against Bullard because he's going to get on top and cause problems. So I think this is just a decision, but Bullard can turn, and this is one where NC State's going to be salivating at the prospect of getting on top of Dakota Howard, and Howard's got to do a good job underneath and not get turned here. So I think this is a decision for NC State, but it's a scary one. It's a scary matchup for Virginia Tech, and we love Dakota Howard. He's really tough, but not a great matchup here.
All 4. He's 1-3 on the year, and all 4 matches he's wrestled. He's let the guy get out to a big lead, and then he tries to chase him down, and it just hasn't worked out. And Bullard's not the kind of guy that's going to gas, and he's going to ride you. If he gets on top and gets a takedown, there's no escape, let you go. He's going to try to put a ride on you for 3-4 minutes.
Counterpoint, you say Howard, he's in a big hole early. Bullard doesn't really shoot. So could this be a situation where they hand fight for 3 minutes and it's like, if I'm
Howard, if I'm Virginia Tech, that's what I'm telling Howard.
I'm saying
shoot.
I'm gonna say hand fight hard. Don't shoot until several minutes in. I would not shoot, hand fight hard, take neutral in the second or third, and try to win. Like that to me is the Dakota Howard blueprint to victory. But Honey Badger's gonna honey badger. I don't see him not shooting.
I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what Ben Askren thinks too.
He's gonna shoot.
Marquee match number 2, Trent Hidlay versus number 3 Trent Hidlay versus number 2 Hunter Bolin. Bolin 2-0 against the Hoagie. in his career.
I'm telling Hoagie's getting over the hump. Hoagie's getting a win against Hunter Bolin.
So I'm going to agree. I went last coin flip match, Camacho, Latona. I went Latona. This one, I'm saying Hidley gets over the hump. I mean, just how Trent looked at RTC Cup. I know that was freestyle, but just getting takedowns against Miles Amin is super impressive. And their matches were super close. 2-1 for Bolin and then 3-1 for Bolin. It's going to be just like that. It's going to be just like that. It's going to be a one takedown match, maybe a takedown apiece type of thing. It's going to be really close. Hunter Bolin doesn't give it up easy. But I'm saying Trent gets it this time. And they'll wrestle it again at ACCs for sure.
I'm actually going to take Bolin.
Not mad at it.
I don't know.
Well, you did and you picked Camacho.
Right.
So you're kind of going the reverse CP in this scenario.
Do you guys know Trent had an appendectomy after RTC Cup?
Yes.
That's wild.
He's like your boy here. I have no appendix either.
Wow.
It only made me stronger, Trent. So that's why I'm picking him here. The having no appendix, that's a little less weight to cut. I think he got a little bit big. An appendix can weigh between 4 and 6 ounces. Maybe I made that up, but that seemed right, and that's going to make the difference here. He's going to get an extra 4 to 6 ounces of hoagie to eat the night before. That's going to power him to the 1-point victory. That's analysis you don't get elsewhere.
It weighs about as much as an earthworm.
Really? They're that small? All right, that's not even an ounce. I love that they don't even put the measurement. Like, how much does it weigh? You ever seen an earthworm? About that much.
About that much.
Ben is so not into this. All right, 197.
You guys, I'm telling you, I knew you guys are more ACC fans than me. Like, I figured we were gonna kind of glaze over this duel. You were gonna tell us how great.
I mean, what are you
Andy
talking
Smith
about?
was.
This is a top 10 duel.
This.
Because it's not in the Big Ten. You don't care.
You're a dork.
Leave me alone, people. I'm about to log off. You guys keep bullying me.
We're gonna end up he's gonna make a graphic with him wrestling us. Hey, just a real question.
Handicap match.
Here's the question. Kyle and I both are wrestling you at the same time. How does that go? We beating him?
I think I can pin one of you because once I pin one, then you're done. Because I'm gonna get a chokehold on one of you guys pretty quick, and we're not gonna have refs who are gonna stop my chokeholds. The chokeholds are gonna be okay.
All right. Dang it. All right, we got Andy Smith versus Isaac Trumbull. I think this is going to be you got to favor Trumbull here. Smith he was competitive with Max Shaw. Max Shaw was actually competitive with Trumbull, was beating him 4-1 and then got bombed and got pinned. So I don't know. I feel like Trumbull's going to be just too big. He's going to get to his underhooks. I think Smith can hand fight pretty well. But I'm just going to go regular decision, but there's like some fireworks potential here.
You're not going to say it?
No, I'm not picking him to win.
You're not saying Tuesday headline Andy Smith beats.
Listen, I'm going bulletin board material to inspire him.
Okay.
He's gonna print off this show and put it in his locker. And I don't even know how you print a show, but he's going to.
All right, I've still never watched Andy Smith wrestle, and Isaac Trumbull's kicking butt, so I'm going Isaac Trumbull.
I'm saying a decision here.
Okay.
And so I've got it 16-13 Tech going into heavyweight. You've got it.
Wait, no, I messed up.
Oh, NC State?
Yeah, that you have NC State because.
Okay, you've got it 15-12 NC State, Ben, and Racky has it 16-12 NC State going into heavy. Deontay Wilson versus John Borst. I think they wrestled last year, and I think Wilson won. But I think Borst is better. I don't know why. Probably because he's from Virginia, and I'm insanely biased.
So biased.
I think it's a decision.
3-1 last year.
I think it's a decision for Borst here. I think he gets the takedown. I do think he's a little better on his feet. I think he's better from neutral. I think he's got better attacks.
I'm gonna go Wilson.
You're going Wilson and Bracky.
Oh, I'm going Wilson. Yeah.
Dang. Okay. So that would you guys.
He's been the closer in a few of these big duels for NC State. The North Carolina duel, the Virginia Tech duel. He's clearly very comfortable in the role, and I think he gets it done again.
That's why if I'm Coach Roby, I'm drawn. Yeah. I'm drawn to start this one. One, you got a real big 25-pounder. Give him a little more time off the scale.
Well, I think the duel is in Blacksburg, so I think Coach Pop would.
He'll want to start at 25.
Right.
Man, so
yes, in Blacksburg. I'm gonna be doing live updates for that 8 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern.
8 Eastern, 7 Central. So other thing here. So we all have it NC State winning. Few things that I think Tech needs 25 and 84 to win this. So they need both those toss-ups.
Did you take Borst?
I did take Borst. Yeah. So I have it 16-15. Oh, I have it 16-16.
Unless I did math wrong.
It's possible we did the math wrong. But I think Tech is going to need both 25 and 84.
Come on, Kyle.
No, it's okay. I mess it up every time.
You have Hayden with the major. Yep. Mackay.
All right. I want to get to Ohio State wrestles Iowa, but there's not really many marquee matches there.
No, you have a tie.
I do have it tie. Yeah. Okay. Tie ball game. Hokies by criteria then. For no reason other than a Virginia bias. But I actually really like both these teams and programs a whole heck of a lot. But the big matches in Iowa, there's not really a ton. I mean, Caleb Romero is great. Ethan Smith versus Marinelli, I'd be excited for, but I don't think we're going to see that match. Max Muir and Sammy Sasso.
Here's the headline. Malik Heinzelman upsets Spencer Lee.
Listen, no, I'm not. Here's the thing. If Malik comes out, if he hand fights hard, gets it on some attacks early, gets a little bit of momentum, he could get pinned in the first period. So keep an eye out for that one.
You're so mean, Christian.
That's not about Malik. That's all about Spencer. Malik's on fire. I was fighting. My Tuesday headline is Max Muir beats Sammy Sasso.
Whoa. But, yeah, I can actually see that happening.
Yeah.
Pretty solid.
That's solid. It's spicy enough in that it's a sort of a long shot, and you say it, but then you think about it and think Sammy's looked fine this year. He hasn't lost, but he's had some dicey moments. He had a really close one with Omania. Max Murin just beat Zane Rutherford, and I think he rides that momentum to a win over Sammy Sasso.
Boom. It's a big one.
Y'all just let me say that. And
I mean,
I was going to go with the brutal one, actually. I was going to go Iowa shuts out Ohio State.
Ooh. I don't think that happens because I think we're going to have a Joe Kelly versus Ethan Smith matchup.
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with Marinelli?
Remember COVID?
Oh, damn it all, COVID.
Yeah. It strikes again.
All right.
And you want to know something?
Now.
I do want to know something.
What?
You know, Max Muir beat Sammy Sasso.
Oh, that's right.
In 2018.
Oh, yeah.
In freestyle.
Interesting.
Junior World Team Trials. Sasso was up, and then that Hawkeye pace.
Hey, big shout out to Campbell Wrestling. They raised $100,000 in a day on their giving day. That is absolutely insane.
Wild.
Awesome.
$101,357.37. Who gave 37 cents? That number better be symbolic. You better have given $100.37 because you're like the class of 37 or something.
Hey, we got some breaking news.
Oh, shoot.
What? Already.
Tom Brands has tested positive for COVID-19.
Oh, no.
Stop. Where are you finding this at?
Cody Goodwin.
He posted a picture of the press release. Brands is asymptomatic and will remain home until February 13th. Wrestlers, coaches, staff members are tested daily. Our guys are preparing for competition just as they always do. We are ready to go, Brands said. I will continue to work remotely. We have a good thing going. We are going to keep moving forward. Right now, our focus is on Purdue and Ohio State.
Well,
he was tested positive during his regularly scheduled rapid antigen test Wednesday morning, followed by a PCR test to confirm the diagnosis.
Sugar.
What? Man, so does that mean anyone else has to be quarantined? Because I got to assume he was around some people, right?
I bet not. I bet they're doing practice in such a way they ain't
stay away.
He's not. I don't think so. I mean, that's my thought. I bet he's.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that would have accompanied the press release if he was out with COVID and a couple of guys got contact trace. So they'll be fine. They've got awesome coaching staff there, but hope Coach Brands remains asymptomatic. All right, let's go to some questions.
Right. My Tuesday headline then is Tom Brands Tech falls COVID-19.
That's an easy one. That's a layup, but I love it. All right, Bracky, what's your Tuesday headline?
I went with it last year. It came true, and the team needs this right now to turn things around. Ohio beats Kent State to win the grudge match for the third consecutive year.
All right. Last year it was Dirk Bauer accepts.
That is a pretty bold statement when you consider the results that have been put out there the past few competitions.
Yes. Tough showing for the Bobcats, but we'll see if it comes true. All right. Next up, let's go to questions.
Luke Wise just put something good in the chat. That means Tom Brands will miss the Penn State duel.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, boo.
Well,
because that's the 12th.
That's lame.
Man. That'll be brutal. Can you imagine he has to miss that, not get to go to that duel?
That's terrible.
What are you laughing at?
And he has to miss the
Cody
duel.
Arnold brought up a good point. Does this mean we get Terry Brands press conferences?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so. Let's go. All right. Let's go to the questions. Was there any you had your eye on that you were particularly excited about, Ben, since you didn't even want to talk about the best duel of the year?
The best? Oh, we're going to call that the best duel of the year now?
Potential. It's a candidate. It's a nominee.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk about the Staroki one. That was one. And we did talk about it a little bit. But, I mean, I just don't see how people don't see it the way we saw it. I mean, he had such a good year. I think we quoted his record as undefeated last year. And then he looked so good. And then obviously, I had heard from multiple people in the room how good he was. And so that was, I mean, And then obviously the trajectory of other former Nittany Lions.
Yeah, so the question has been raised about why is he ranked so high? Who has Carter Starocki beaten NCAA D1 folk style wrestling to earn such a high ranking? Well, lucky for us, we have the ranker right here next to me. So, Steve?
One of the rankers.
I'm
just hold on. I want to confirm something. Okay. Yep. There it is. Okay. So Starocki had like 4 wins over national qualifiers. He's a perfect 19-0. He had the win over Spencer Carey, which was a top 20 win. And if you look at 174, outside of like the top 3 or 4, it's not great. It's really not. Yeah. And you look at what those guys have done. He also had a win over Jared Segrist of Lock Haven, who had a win over number 8 Andrew McNally. So that was big. But look at 7 through 25.
They're all losing to. I mean, Plott has not got to prove himself fully yet.
Right.
Similarly, Runyon, but most of these guys are taking wild losses.
Jake Aller just got tech followed by Turley from Rutgers. Broderson has a Division III loss this year.
So Starocki has a common opponent win over McNally?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
Segrist from Lock Haven.
19-0, and at that point,
no bad losses.
At that point, no bad losses with 20-some matches that's a thing too. If you accompany it with solid wins, which he has 4 wins over qualifiers.
Ben Harvey, Segrist, Cody Surratt from Air Force, Neil Richards, Spencer Carey, Greg Harvey, who is currently ranked in the top 20 at 184. That's just a stronger resume than any of those guys have.
Yeah. So that's why he's ranked where he's ranked.
The big thing is no losses.
Yes.
He didn't lose. Like, Bullard's taking losses. Flitz is taking losses. Like, they're all kind of beating each other or taking weird losses that you wouldn't expect from them.
If he and Liz Carter's on I would say he's on a short leash. If he drops another match to
100%.
He's gonna he doesn't have those deep roots that are going to keep him super in the top 10 no matter what.
Right.
Like if he loses a couple more, he'll fall, back to the 15 range. But that has to happen.
Yes.
Okay.
I also like the Gabe tag, and I had a question myself that I would like to ask you guys is, I'm assuming he started second semester at UNC, so he cannot go anywhere this semester. This would be for next year, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, Gabe tag next year. I don't see him landing in another school. Bracky does this thing where he sees who follows Gabe tag. As of yesterday, I think Coach Nickerson and
Coach
Andracy
I can't state
followed him. So that certainly is generally indicative of interest. Let's see who else followed the young man. Any other new coaches?
Maybe he could fit Northern Colorado. He lived there with at the Springs for a while, so he knows Colorado. They have Moshe Schwartz
Wyoming.
and Theorius Robinson.
Yeah, Wyoming. I could see Wyoming getting in there, getting involved. Could be a good landing spot. He's kind of a cowboy. He wears a cowboy hat.
He did wear a cowboy hat. He spent some time at the Olympic Training Center.
Yeah. So I think he's worth a flyer. I'm not sure what happened at UNC that it didn't work out. They didn't want to stay. Maybe it's just the fact that he's maybe not going to be the starter either. So, okay.
And then I really like this one. It's not really a question. The guy's just giving me some props. Tyler, you can put this one on the screen if you want. When I was saying folk style is correlated to freestyle, and you guys are saying, no, it's not. And then he just put, pretty much obviously everyone that could possibly make the Olympic team was also a folk style superstar.
Okay, obviously.
So I'm right, you're wrong.
That is not a that is
wow, breaking news.
That is not a case for anything. Yeah, it's not a case.
There's correlation there, Piles. That's all there is to it.
No. They're Division I rankings.
No, there's correlation.
I'm not saying there's no correlation. I'm saying
no one's arguing against correlation.
Piles was yesterday.
It's just not how you rank.
We're just talking about college rankings. We have freestyle rankings.
Yeah, check them out. Check them out, dude. Hey, when will Cade Brock and Brent Metcalf come out with hunting content together? That needs to happen.
Yeah,
we're gonna meld those Oklahoma State, Iowa, fan bases. They're both really good hunters. I guess they're good hunters. They hunt a lot. I figure if you hunt a lot and you're that passionate about it, you have to be good at killing things. Right?
And guess what?
What's that?
Carson Karch is ranked ahead of Mekhi Lewis in the freestyle rankings. Mekhi's not even in the top 10.
Holy cow. Well, that's a great ranking.
Carson Karch was number 5.
You guys are so salty.
It's not salty. We have freestyle rankings. We have folk style rankings.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And the results go in each bucket.
Gable greater than Mekhi. Greater than sign.
He wins the title this year and is utterly dominant on his way. And maybe Mekhi doesn't look as good on his way towards one or doesn't win. Then, yeah,
it'll happen then.
Yeah.
It has to happen. Okay, Jake Heinrich, you said today you haven't watched fake wrestling since you were 10. So are you finally admitting the Wrestling Underground Greco match was a shoot? Well, I don't think those things...
I didn't watch that.
I did watch it. That was fake.
You did?
So I need to correct my statement. That was a fake match. I forgot that I watched that fake match. I remember I told Chael on the show that match was fake. Yeah, it was a fake match. The Provisor versus Rayvon Perkins. Yeah, it wasn't real. They were jumping. They were jumping into the throws. So, yes, I said the last fake match I watched was 10, but no, I watched one this summer. It was between Ben Provisor and Rayvon Perkins. And if you guys watch it, I saw so many people on Twitter and people say Greco's boring, blah, blah, blah. It's like, guys, that was fake. You can't use that as an example. You can't use a fake match as some sort of example for why Greco's entertaining. Yeah, if you make the matches fake, they're entertaining. But the best Greco guys can't really score on the best Greco guys. It's really, really hard. And so when points are at a premium and largely just handed out by the officials, it's not as exciting a style. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Those are all true words I just said. Okay, odds Kirk Fleet's first NCAA match is versus Cassiope. I will say no. I will say his first match will not be against Cassiope.
I don't have a spy on this one, so I can't tell you when he's going to be back.
No spies.
Killed him.
Killed your spot. What's the betting line for Nolf versus Dake? I don't know. Not close.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like it's going to be point wise. I believe it's going to be a competitive match, but we're talking about betting lines. That's the likelihood that Kyle Dake loses, and man, I think it's kind of unlikely that Kyle Dake loses. So I would say he's like a minus 300, minus 400, somewhere in there.
Yeah, and I'd probably.
What about point spread?
Point spread, I'd say 3.5.
Yeah, something relative. It's going to be competitive, but
yeah.
Kyle Dake just doesn't lose a lot of wrestling matches.
Well, I mean, and we saw Nolf had a hard time scoring on JO. You think about the defensive problems that Dake presents.
Yeah.
It's going to be even more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ben Askren, this is probably a question better for you, although I love games. What games do you recommend as a change of pace from regular warm-ups? We used to play dodgeball a bit. Are there any games that secretly train good wrestling habits? Example, ankle tag.
I do not play a lot of games, but the one that the kids love is Slapback. And they run pretty hard.
Gosh. Slapback is so fun. Did you play that, Becky?
I know it, but we didn't really ever play it.
That game gets your adrenaline freaking pumping because there's some there are some massive handprints left on some guys' backs.
My kids and my middle school kids have not figured out yet that's kind of like what you're supposed to do is set people up. They don't got that, so they just chase each other. So it's cool because there's no like real violence going on yet. So I like.
Yeah, the setups. We played a little bit at Gap, and you try to not encourage the setups, like make it a more pure game of cyber. I love. We called it battle ball, but it's dodgeball.
I mean, spike ball is awesome in wrestling rooms.
Oh, for sure. I think that's a good warm up as well. We didn't. Spike ball wasn't invented
before practice though, because there's no way to have your whole team do spike ball.
Right.
That's true.
You need like a whole court. Okay.
Do like handball. I've seen a lot of teams do handball.
Which is
like handball.
Oh, like it's like kind of almost like soccer.
It's like ultimate frisbee almost.
Yeah.
Just with like a ball. Like you throw it to your teammates, you can take 2 or 3 steps, and you gotta throw it again and try to get just to the other end of the room. Gets everybody moving and running.
Yep.
Max loves playing that one. I think that's one Max has all of his guys play. I believe
that's a very popular one amongst the teams.
Good
okay. Out of questions, out of time.
Hey, did you guys get breakfast tacos delivered to my house this morning?
I did not. Remember, that's on Wednesday anyways.
What faces?
Why don't you move here?
Wednesdays?
Yeah, Wednesday's taco day.
Damn it.
You need to move here, Ben. Have tacos with us. You should come down here for NCAAs. Hang out. If we don't end up getting to go to Missouri.
I know. I want to go to St. Louis.
It's very sad. We'll see. Hey, great weekend of wrestling coming. Make sure you're watching. Watch as much as you can. We'll be keeping the content coming. For Ben and Bracky, I'm Christian Piles. We will see you next Tuesday. Have a good weekend. See ya.